This video is going to be about a horoscope spread. It's a spread that's not easy to do. It takes a lot of practice. And so if you try this and you find that you can't get it to work for you, that's normal. First time you try it, it looks easy, but it's not as easy as you think it is. If you go to thetarot.ca, there's a certain part with the latest editions, and there you'll find a PDF that will give you a list of the basic meanings of the houses. There are 12 houses in a horoscope, and this is where you begin, number 1, and that's the self. This is income and values. This is brothers and sisters, the home, children, sickness, service, partners, death and regeneration, philosophy and travel, business, friends and hopes and aspirations, and this is your karma. So at thetarot.ca, there's going to be a PDF. You can look at the list of the meanings, the basic meanings of the houses. There's also another PDF that shows that this is the first house, and this is the second, and this is the third, and this is the fourth. And when you've shuffled the cards, you start with this one here. You lay this card first, then this one, the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You should lay them in that order. So the other thing is, at that part of this site, you'll also find an 11-minute audio file where I talk about the houses of a horoscope and what they are and how they interrelate. And actually, this whole thing is there are other files that are it's a bonus for people who bought the Tarot Home Study course. So, but I thought it might be interesting for people on YouTube to see what can be done or what you might want to do with a horoscope spread. So there is other information available, but you have to email me about it. So what we have here then is we've done the shuffling and we've laid 12 cards around, and you'll find that you could actually just start here, and let's say the questioner doesn't really have any questions in particular. So you could take this first card and say, this is you, and this is your values, and this is your brothers and sisters, and this is your home, this is your children. And you can go around all 12 houses and give them some information about what's going on. So with their children, the 9 of Cups reversed. Okay. So that's the 9 of Cups reversed for children. So depending on who the questioner is and what age the person is, they might want to know, what's happening with my children, and maybe they're like 9 and 11 years old, or they could be somebody. It could be somebody in their early 20s who doesn't have children yet and wants to know what will I have children, or what's going to happen with my children. And so you look at this 9 of Cups reverse and give them an answer. Or they may want to know about what their friends are like, and so you would take this one, and here we've got the 8 of Batons upright. So at this point, the thing is, okay, a horoscope spread, you sort of know in advance how long you want it to last for. Often people will do it from birthday to birthday, and so the horoscope spread is for a year. But let's say you want to look at the next 6 months. It doesn't matter when your birthday is. So this could be for the next 6 months. Right, so at this point, with the 8 of Batons up here in the House of Friendship and the 9 of Cups reverse here in the House of Children, then you get along better with your friends than you do with your children for the next few months. Right, so, or maybe this is an indication with the 9 of Cups upside down, you're going to tend to indulge your children, and when you should be firm with them, you're going to be too easygoing, and that's not a good thing, because you're just encouraging them to be irresponsible, let's say. Whereas when it comes to your friends, we're looking, maybe it's people that you meet from work or at work because it's a suit of Batons, or it could be new people coming into your life, because these are arrows that are flying and they're about to reach their goal. So it's an indication that you've got a certain number of friends at the moment, but you're going to find better contact with them in the future because the arrows are about to reach their goal. You can look at all 12 houses and give some information for each of them, but people, it's a lot to take in for the questioner as well. And so you might want to begin with this first card, which is the self. So here we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so the question at the moment is, kind of stuck. They're looking within because it's the Hanged Man. It's a period of meditation, a period of not much happening because you're in sort of in limbo, you're hanging there. Right? And you can say as much as you want about the Hanged Man. This second house is important as well because it's income. It is income, but it's also the value sense. And so you get an idea from this card maybe why this first card is like that. So you put together the Hanged Man, the Ace of Cups reverse, an indication that the Ace of Cups upright is the beginnings of a new love. Upside down, disappointment that things didn't go well, or rejection, right? Because it's love and it's upside down. And that can be why the questioner is the Hanged Man. So something happened, there was an upset or something didn't go well between you and the loved one, and that's why you've retreated within yourself and why you're taking a break from people and why you've isolated yourself and are not particularly sociable at the moment. Okay, so you can look at more than one house or one card at a time, and depending on what that house represents, you put it together and you get a more detailed explanation of why things are the way they are. So let's say this is a card for somebody who's just finished college and they want to know, okay, fair enough, I can understand the Hangman. What am I going to do for a living, they say. So how you make a living is the second house, which is how you make money. It also is the sixth house, which happens to be temperance, which is the services you're meant to perform in this lifetime. And it's also the 10th house up here, which is the Two of Cups reverse, and that's business. So what you have to do is you turn these three, maybe you turn them one at a time. Okay, so we'll look at this Ace of Cups reversed here. What does it tell us about making money? And maybe it's an indication that you're not going to make as much money as you expect, right, or as you want, okay, because it's Ace upside down. It's also Cups upside down show tears. Okay, so maybe you make money through helping people who are in need. Right, maybe it's you're an emotional support. Maybe it's nursing. Maybe it's marriage counselling. Something like that. Maybe you're a therapist. Okay. Then look at the sixth house, which is the Temperance card, and this is the services you're meant to perform in this lifetime. You're meant to show people how to rebuild their lives, because temperance is alchemy, blending different elements into something that's workable and something that works. Right. So think about that. These are the services you're meant to perform. So you show people how to mend fences or how to bring different factors together into something that's whole and complete. And the other thing is your business involves the Two of Cups upside down. So somehow being a marriage counsellor or being some kind of therapist would make sense for these three cards. The thing is, it's not showing three cards that would describe a policeman or a soldier or somebody who works in a factory, right? So it may not appear to be saying that much, but it's actually giving you an idea of the kind of area or the kind of activities the person should be involved in. And it's these kinds of activities rather than something else. And maybe this Hanged Man, this period of self-imposed isolation, is going to turn out to be valuable, because if you've retreated inside yourself because of a bad emotional experience with people, then you can understand why other people have reacted the same way. So your advice or your suggestions will have more weight because you've been through it yourself. Let's say the person says, okay, I've got this girlfriend. And so you turn over the card, because this is you and this is the other people and it's partnerships. And we've got the Hierophant. So she's an awful lot stronger than you are at the moment. You're retreated, and she is a teacher, an advisor, somebody who has a religious outlook, for instance, we can say, because of the Hierophant. Or maybe she's a student and she's one of the people down here and she's going to university. So you would say what you want about her, and then the person says, okay, what's going to happen? How is it going to end up? And the fourth house is the final outcome. So the last card, call that 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to split up. So the final outcome of this relationship at the moment over the next few months is not, if it'd been upright, then the relationship will get stronger. The fact that it's upside down, you're not going to marry this person. So that's a little bit about a horoscope spread.